Will the S&P relief rally continue? Today's March 25th. Market made a low on Friday, had a nice bounce, took off on Monday, gapped open on Sunday night. Looks really exciting and bullish, but will it continue? The story is there are several cycles that are fighting each other. The bottom line is we think the probabilities are still about 60%. The market will go down this week and make either a retest or a lower low by the end of this week. So there's still quite a bit of risk going long right now, and there will be less risk going long starting next week, where we expected the rally to continue until April 4th once it began. So as you see now, this is an example of how there are always multiple cycles in the market, many times fighting each other. What we're looking for is when they agree with each other, and they don't right now. Starting next week, they agree the market should go up for at least 1 week. Okay? So that would be a safer entry on the long side, even if it is a higher price. Okay? The concept of risk reward has to be, very, very important for any trader. And you can get in and jump in and it hits you over the head. It's not very pleasurable. If you wait for a better entry, even at a higher price, it follows through in the right direction immediately, and it's much more safe. So there are different patterns we're looking at. The number one on the hit parade has still been the 11.6-year cycle, which has done exactly what the market did. It basically had a bottoming area last week, and it's already on its way up. It goes up until April 4th or April 7th, and then it comes all the way back down in April. So the big picture is we're not thinking that whatever started now is going to continue without a major pullback, minimally a pullback in April, possibly even new lows in April or early May. So it's possible the market will rally further. There's about a 40% chance it'll go straight up from here, and a 60% chance it'll go down, and possibly down very hard into the end of this week, into even Monday of next week. Okay? The reason for this is several different things. Number one, our momentum balance technique, which has a 66% chance of winning on its trades, has a target line which is below the low on the 13th of March. The probabilities of that happening soon are greater than later, although you don't know exactly when that will happen. That system doesn't say. The cycles themselves, as I just mentioned, the 11.6-year cycle is on its way up and then falls later. The 1148-hour cycle, which we expected a low on the 24th, the low came in a half a day early. So it's possible. That one says we are going up until the 4th of April. We don't have a huge pullback, although it could pull back a day or so. But the key thing that we're concerned about is there are two very good matches, very important matches that have been happening. One is in 2005. The market has the same exact pattern, including this relief rally. Then it falls hard for 3 days in a row, makes new lows, significant new lows. And also the one in 1998, the same pattern, almost identical, and it also has 3 days down before it's over. There are some other astrological issues that are still bearish. Number one, on Monday, at the end of the day, Mercury was retrograde and combust, and historically the last 7 or 8 times that's happened, it has been bearish at least for a week or so. The next thing that is bearish is the fact that we also see a eclipse coming in on the 28th of March at the end of this week. Oftentimes eclipses are pivots. More likely this one is a low than a high. The fourth thing that's right now clear is on the price level, we have our matrix channel lines. A cluster of them are right exactly where the high is so far in this rally, and it's extremely difficult to break through those lines without at least a pullback, and so we're expecting that to happen as well, and likely this week. So there are 3 cases. One is a super bearish case where we go down and make new lows by the end of the month, which was the end of the deadline for a serious decline to continue. We have a relief rally that started but has a pullback until later of the week. Anyway, it doesn't make a new low and then goes up into the 4th or 7th of April. Also, the probabilities are that we're going to go down in April again anyway. So if the market doesn't get up high enough by the 4th of April to inhibit the possibility of a new low late April, at least the 23rd of April, it could be as late as May 8th, then the market probably will make a new low in April. So we're not saying that the major up move, which we're expecting later in the year, has started. The probabilities are it has not. Or even if it has, it'll have such a significant pullback in April that it will not be particularly gratifying. The S&P left a gap on the way up. The futures rarely leave a gap that doesn't get filled, and that's at about 5,700. That's very likely, and that could happen this week easily. All right. So we're not super bullish. As a matter of fact, we're kind of more bearish still. But after the end of this week, we believe next week should be very bullish until the end of the week, until the 4th or 7th of April. We're expecting most of April to be down again. So if it doesn't get up high enough, we could still make new lows in April, which is what happens in the 147-week cycle and in the 162-week cycle, which we're following. And pretty much after that, though, starting early May, we do expect a dramatic, meaningful, huge, potentially big rally coming. We think probably the Fed is going to start lowering interest rates again. I think the bond prices are going to shoot up and the interest rates go down between the summer and November of this year, which would also spark a very strong rally in the S&P. So this is what we're looking for, but we don't think it's started yet. We do think there's a good chance it's going to go down right away, and if it doesn't, it'll go back down in April. That's the story. This video is primarily for swing traders. We're not emphasizing the super short-term trades for the day trading level, although we do cover that in our class. Oh, on that note, again, based on huge demand, we're going to have another Trade Forecast Mastery class starting on the 6th of April, a little less than 2 weeks from now. The last courses have been so satisfying and so gratifying to the students that they've been telling their friends, and everybody wants it. So we'll do it again. I don't know how often I can do these things that frequently. I'm getting tired. But anyway, the bottom line is there is another one starting on April 6th, and if you're interested, you can click on the link below.